Hello and welcome back to my channel where I solve mathematical problems like this. Here we are given a triangle x, y, z 60 degree. So that makes this a 90 degree. And we are given the perimeter is equal to 36 and we are asked to solve for the area. All right, so we know that this length is x, y, this length is y, z, and this length is x, z. Let's get started. Based on trigonometry, we know that if we have an angle, the line that forms the angle with the hypotenuse is an adjacent, so that's the adjacent side, and opposite. So therefore, we know that x, y is equals to y, z cosine of 60 degrees. And we know that xz, which is the opposite, xz is equals to yz sine of 60 degrees. We also know that the perimeter of a triangle is xz plus xy plus yz. Now that's equals to 36. Let's substitute for x, y, and xz. We get y z sine 60 plus yz cosine of 60 plus yz is equals to 36. We know that sine 60 is equals to the square root of 3 on 2. So therefore we have yz square root of 3 on 2 plus yz. And the cosine of 60 is the same as sine of 30, which gives you a half, plus yz is equals to 36. We see that yz is common everywhere, so we put yz on the outside. Outside of square root of 3 on 2 plus a half plus 1 is equals to 36. We can add this term, so we can get yz outside of square root of 3 upon 2 plus 1 half plus 1 is 3 on 2. That equals to 36. And we can further go ahead and say yz outside of square root of 3 plus 3 over 2 is equals to 36. So from here, we can further simplify that and say yz square root of 3 plus 3 is equals to 36 times 2, which is equals to 72. Therefore, yz is equals to 72 divided by square root of 3 plus 3. Now we can rationalize this denominator and say yz is equals to 72 over square root of 3 plus 3 dot square root of 3 minus 3 over square root of 3 minus 3. And from here, we could say that a plus b outside of a minus b is equals to a squared minus b squared. So now we have yz is equals to 72 outside of square root of 3 minus 3 divided by 3 square root of 3 squared is 3 minus 3 times 3 is 9. So now we have yz is equals to 72 outside of square root of 3 minus 3 over minus 6. What we can do now, we can, 6 will go there once, 6 will go there 12 times. So now we are left with yz is equals to minus 12 outside of square root of 3 minus 3. So now we have yz is equals to minus 12 square root of 3 plus 36. We have yz is equals to 36 minus 12 square root of 3. Let's put this in a box. So now that we have yz is equals to 36 minus 12 plus 3, we can now substitute this into this equation to find xz and xy. So let's start with xz is equals to y sine theta. So you have xz is equals to yz sine theta. Therefore, we have xz is equals to 36 minus 12 square root of 3, all outside of square root of 3 over 2. So now we can simplify that and say xz is equals to 36 square root of 3 minus 12 square root of 3 squared all over 2. And we can go even further and say xz is equal to 36 square root of 3 minus 12 square root of 3 squared is 3 all over 2. 36 outside, so we have xz is equals to 36 outside of square root of 3 minus 1 all over 2, and that gives us xz is equals to 18, because here 18 outside of square root of 3 minus 1. So now we have xz. Let's try to find now xy, where xy is equals to yz cosine of theta, and then xy is equals to 36 minus 12 square root of 3, all outside of a half. So now we have xy is equals to 36 minus 12 square root of 3 all over 2. Therefore, xy is equals to 18 minus 6 square root of 3. Let's bring this over here. We have xy is equals to 18 minus 6 square root of 3. So we have all the lengths of the triangle. We know that the area of a triangle is equals to A is equals to base times the height over 2. So we have A is equals to 18 outside of square root of 3 minus 1 dot 18 minus 6 square root of 3 all divided by 2. We can rewrite this term as area is equals to 18 outside of square root of 3 minus 1 dot 6 outside of 3 minus square root of 3 all divided by 2. So we can move up here and say 2 will go there. That is 9 times. So we have 9 times 6. So that will be A is equals to 54 outside of square root of 3 minus 1 dot 3 minus square root of 3. We have A is equal to 54 outside square root of 3 times 3 is 3 square root of 3. And we have square root of 3 times square root of 3 is minus 3. We have minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. And we have minus 1 times minus square root of 3 is equal to plus square root of 3. And now we can say A is equals to 54 outside of 3 square root of 3 plus square root of 3 is 4 square root of 3 minus 6. So we can also go as far as saying A is now equals to 54 dot, let's say 2 outside of 2 square root of 3 minus 3. So that now becomes A is equals to 108 outside of 2 square root of 3 minus 3. So now we have the area of the triangle is now equals to 108 outside of 2 square root of 3 based on the perimeter of 36. This is one way of solving this problem. So if you are interested in more solutions like this, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and let me know if you have any other way to solve this kind of problem. Have a good day.